Yo, it's your boy D King the Mac. Yo, what's good, man? It's your boy D King the Mac. Whoa, let's see how this. All right, fuck it. Y'all just gonna have to deal with my voice like way back here. Hold on, let me see what this. Okay, all right, we Gucci. Um, I still think that's a little bit too much. So what we're gonna do is just pull this up a little bit. All right, anyway, so what's good, man? It's your boy D King the Mac, and today I'm gonna be coming to you guys with another tutorial. It's gonna be a J.COLE type beat. Um, this is my personal beat that I already uploaded. It's called Power of Wisdom, produced by D King the Mac. And basically, what I did here was I took a sample. Let me see. I took this sample right here. It's Leroy Hudson with you, or So in Love with You, my bad. And I I did a whole bunch of shit to this sample. Not like a whole bunch, but a whole bunch. So basically what I did was this was not the sample originally. There was a different, let me see if I can pull it up for y'all. Yeah. Go in here. And my mic might like fade in and out because I got a noise gate up like pretty high. So if I don't happen to talk loud enough, it'll cut me off a little bit. So just bear with me on that. Um, let's see. Should be a folder that says "Do not add." There we go. So here's the sample right here. I'm gonna just add it. My bad, that might be really loud, so I'm gonna turn it down a little bit because this is a mastered version. The mastering is still on, so I'm gonna throw it into the playlist. And this is what the original sample was. My bad. This is what the original sample was. It was super loud. Like, my bad for like the S's and P's and stuff. Just bear with me. Just if you fuck with the video, fuck with the video. If you don't, move your ass on. Simple as that. So I'm gonna play it for you real quick. Whoa, that's definitely not what we want. Let me turn the mastering off real quick. The fuck? My bad. I'm having some technical difficulties. Okay, so that's their version of the song. I basically used the exact same version, except for where this right here, I want to play it in here, but I don't know if it'll let me. Yeah, it's not letting me play the track for some odd reason. Yeah, I don't. Oh, it's because it's on the master, and I have the mastering chain off. My bad. Let me put it on track 20 or something. Apologize for that. Track 20. Oh, my shit glitching. Track 20. Alright, cool. So we're gonna throw an Edison on here, and then we're gonna go to here and hit edit. It should be on insert 20. Ooh, that is so loud. Okay, so as you can hear in there, there's a lot of bass in there. Um, there's some crashes, a really hard hit on the this guitar part right here. It's like super loud. It like smacks the ear really hard. I believe this is the mastered version. That's why. So they got it pretty loud up there. So what I did was In the parts where I didn't want to hear like certain things, I either lowered it down, lowered the wave down to where it was in sync a little bit more with the shorter wave samples, or yeah, wave samples, or I just completely took it out. In this case, I completely took out the crash. I'll let you guys hear that real quick. Let me turn this off. So I ended up doing that, taking out the crash because the crash was a little bit too much for me. Let me turn my vocals up a little bit. Um, yeah, the crash was just a little bit too much for me, and it just fucked everything up. So, where'd that sample go? 20. Yeah. So what I did with that was I just took this whole piece right here, and I just cut it off at the very beginning, which was like around here somewhere. It didn't end up hitting the 0 line. So when I deleted it, I think I smoothed this out so that it hit the line. So I deleted that, and then I was just left with this. Jesus Christ. So I was just left with that, but as you can see at the end of mine, because since I stopped it right here, I didn't want it to just be an empty space. So I put a delay on it so that way it plays out through the whole fourth bar and then goes into the second one. Because if I weren't to have that delay, it would just be this. You know what I'm saying? So I put the delay on, and that's how we rocking with it. So that's how I flipped the sample a little bit. I think I even took down a little bit of that guitar hit right here, and I don't know if I did or if I didn't, but I'm gonna show you guys how to do it if you were to want to do it for yourself. Just select the part that you want to take down. This is for FL12. I don't know about 11 or 9 or 10 or whatever. I'm pretty sure it's still like the same. You just gotta look for. It just looks different, so just look for it. There's gonna be a little toothbrush. You select whatever you want. There's gonna be a little toothbrush. Now, when you go in here, there's a mount knob right here. Um, the higher you have it up, the more it's gonna play that sound, and the lower you have it down, the more it's gonna squash it. So, what I did was I just squashed this a little bit. See. Oh, acquire. Hold on. First, my bad. Put that back. First, acquire the noise profile. Then go back so that these little buttons right here are activated. See how it's so loud right there? If I take this, it'll start bringing it down. One of these knobs bring it down. Hold on. All right, you see how now it's doing that? Because I took it down so low. But if I were to bring it up a little bit, see how this moved? See that? So this knob plays a huge part in it. I'm gonna show you on the list too. You see how it just chopped that down? So that's a way that you can like knock some sounds down in the sample in certain areas, you know what I mean? Instead of using a compressor or instead of like taking it completely out, if you actually want that piece, uh, just go in here, man. Just get that toothbrush, acquire the noise profile, go back to the toothbrush, and use this amount knob. Make sure the threshold is down and the frequency scale is down. You can play around with this to taste and play around with this to taste and preview it. And then when you accept it, it'll eventually do. I'm gonna try to show you guys like a good spot for this one for just for example purposes. That's definitely not a good spot. I'm gonna bring this back up and maybe put this up a little bit. Oh. And if you don't like where it's at, just hit Control Z. So for example, I'd probably put it right here because you see a lot of these are peaking about right here. So I'd put it about right there. Maybe even lower because like I said, it is a guitar hit and it is pretty strong. So yeah, man. So that's enough with that. I don't want to spend too much more time on that. Um, Basically after that, after I did this loop and I made it or this sample and I looped it and made it sound actually how I wanted it to sound. That's when I started laying in the drum. Now the drums, it's just simple hip hop drum. you know. And then I got a variation over here, but I don't wanna play it too long because it's kind of boring just hearing it by itself. Now, when you go in here, you want to make sure you're playing with these velocities because back in the day, like right now, everything is so quantized and everything is so consistent. And what I mean by consistent is you see these two notes right here, they're the same pattern, or my bad, the same velocity. And so, what I mean by consistent is when you see kick patterns and like newer production FLPs or anything, it's always consistently the same velocity. You don't want that, man. If you're going for this type of feel, if you're going for the old school type of feel, you want to switch it up, have velocity changes because remember, everything used to be played by hand just about. So nothing was ever the same. It was always different. Nothing, no timing was the same, no velocity was the same, nothing. So play around with these velocities, man. You can hear the difference. I'm gonna play it for you one time real quick, and then I'm gonna show you what it would sound like if I just had it straight velocity consistent. You hear that? So that's what it would sound like, or that's how it sounds like, but this is what it would sound like with consistent. It just sounds so it sounds so boring to me. So of course I do velocity switch ups. I even do that in my regular hip hop tracks too. So don't get me wrong, you don't have to just do this for old school, but then we just got a basic snare right here, 707, and those together. That's that. I got an open hat. It's not really an open hat to me. It's kind of more like a scratch, and that's what I used it for, just some texture. And then here I got an actual open hat. It's like a live open hat though. It's a 909. So that's used a lot in like older school type of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like they use that a lot, and that it just gives it that old school feel, that live feel, that like authentic feel. You know what I'm saying? So I got that playing every now and then I switch these two off most of the time. So usually when one's playing, the other one's not. Right here is just I just did it for whatever reason. Um, just one of these. I didn't need to add it. I just wanted to add something different because the beat, if you listen to J.COLE's beats, they're usually just like a looped, like everything is looped. There's never really any switch ups unless he's doing like a regular rap type beat, you know what I'm saying? Like a rapping beat or like a newer style hip hop, you know what I mean? But if you listen to like his vintage hip hop, his old school hip hop, boom bap hip hop, it's usually the same shit just played over and over again, but he just has a different flow on it and the lyrics basically take over the beat. So, yeah, pay attention to that. And then Wood Hit, got that. And now, mind you, all these sounds they have effects on them right now. So if All these are stock sounds, by the way. Every single one of them are stock sounds except from my pattern 9, which is my crash. So this is the tambourine, and I got this playing. I'm gonna play it for you soloed. See how the velocity switching up? Now, what if I was to play it like this? You see that? How that's just trash? Just gives it that more authentic feel. Now I'm gonna show you what it sounds like all together right there. Like I said, I didn't really need the wood hit or the cowbell. It was just something extra to add into there. Um, the loop really plays the beat. Like the beat is the loop. You know what I mean? I added a little flute over here just to give it some, a different feel. This is what that sounds like. Yeah, so that's the flute, and then I also got like a little, I don't know what you call this fucking thing, but I just named it slider. And the reason I have that automation to where it fades out right here is because I got it playing into the next verse, or not the verse, the hook. I got it playing into the next hook. So right here you got the hook, and then right here you got the verse, and then so it's 8 bars, 16 bars, but then I got it playing into here because I didn't like the way it sounded when it just completely stopped right here. So I just had it fade out into the second hook. Now, it's really simple to make J. Cole type beats, guys. It's just uh, a sample. That's all you need, a sample, and then two other sounds is cool. You know what I mean? Just play around with them. Like I said, this sound didn't sound how it sounds now. You know what I mean? It got a different vibe to it. It got some reverb on it. It got some delay on it. It got a love filter on it. I don't know if you guys heard that in the beginning, but I got the love filter in the beginning. That's just to, bring the song in a little bit slower. Delete that. And yeah, man, that's basically really it, man. If you guys were looking for like something like crazy explicit, there's nothing explicit about a J. Cole type beat. If you can't make a J. Cole type beat, um, I suggest you really practice because um, if you get a beat to J. Cole, 9 times out of 10 it's gonna go platinum, and platinum is where the money's at. So if you want to make some money, I suggest you start getting some beats to J. Cole. Uh, but that's if you're into old school hip hop. Hip hop, my bad. If you're into old school hip hop, because I'm not really into that. Um, I just so happened to find that sample, and I was just like, man, that sounds like J. Cole. And I've had this FLP for a minute. Uh, it's been a while. I was just finishing up a whole bunch of old beats, and this was one of them. So uh, yeah, man, I appreciate you guys for tuning in, man. If you liked the video, if it was a little bit helpful, if you learned anything or anything like that, man, a like is always cool. I appreciate it. Shoot me a thumbs up. Hit me in the comments. Let me know what you guys want to see next. Hit the subscribe button if you really fucking with it. Uh, turn on them notifications if you really, really fucking with it. I'll just keep bringing more tutorials, man. I'm not gonna be too consistent with it because I just got a whole bunch of shit going on. Y'all don't want to hear me ramble, but for the people who do stick around and listen to the end, I appreciate you. I just got a lot of shit going on, family shit, work shit, putting in collabs and shit like that. So I got a lot of shit going on right now, and I just don't really. My channel's not for tutorials. You know what I'm saying? I just do it just to help certain people, that ask for the help. And I mean, this is not a tutorial channel by any means, but I will help out whenever necessary, or whenever I have the time. So right now I figured, I got the time. It only take me like 30 minutes or so to break this down, or maybe less, maybe more, I don't know. All I knew is it wouldn't take long, so I just dropped that for you guys. Oh, and by the way, at the end I just faded it out a little bit. Um J.COLE beats usually fade out at the end. And yeah, man, so just go ahead and try and find a good sample, flip it up a little bit, do your own thing to it. You know what I'm saying? And just get to work, man. That's all I could tell you. So yeah, man, like I said, I appreciate you guys for tuning in, man. It's your boy DKINGTHAMAC. Don't forget to go shop some new drum kits at www.DKINGTHAMAC.com. I got another drum kit on the way right now in the works. I got two preset banks in the works, a Omnisphere preset bank, and I believe it's a Silent One or a Electra X2. I'm not completely sure, but I do have two brand new preset banks on the way and a drum kit on the way. So be on the lookout for that, man. Go ahead and shop www.DKingthamac if you really support me. Give me a like, give me a thumbs up, give me a comment in the comment section, and shoot me a subscribe if you really fucking with it. Appreciate y'all.